Hey there, and welcome to episode 17 of The Mom Game. I'm Emily Jones.
I am Julie Dobbs.
You are Julie Dobbs, and Julie
Still
Dobbs.
am.
You still are. You still are. We are not in our homes. We are not in the studio. We are not at a lake. We're not in Bora Bora.
Nope.
We are actually on our first shoot.
First remote show.
Remote. That's what it's called.
Yes. We traveled.
Shoot. Remote. This is
Yes.
our first remote. Yes. So The Mom Game can and will travel.
We do.
And the first stop on our traveling tour is My Med Spa in Plano. The owner, Nicole, has been a huge supporter of us since day one, and now we
She's
finally
awesome.
get the excuse to come out here. We're going to talk about, I do feel like I'm glowing, if I do say so myself, about the services that we received here today. We'll get to that a little bit later in the show. But as we start off every show, the title sponsor of our podcast.
Yes,
The Mom
Cowden
Game.
Cosmetic Dentistry brings us this show as well as My Med Spa. They also have brought us all of our shows since the beginning, and I actually had an opportunity to go in to Cowden Cosmetic Dentistry finally, and they took a little look at my veneers, and I think we might just get some new ones soon.
So all new?
All new teeth.
All new. Okay.
Not all. Okay, so
Okay.
I had 6 up top.
Okay.
But I only got 6, and I feel like you can really tell where the 7th one starts.
Where it
And
starts?
yeah, so we might go
why
a little
did-
further back.
Why did you get veneers?
Okay, we're gonna go off a thing here, which
Okay,
is fine. We can go
right.
on a thing, but I grew up here in Dallas until I moved to Austin when I was like 10, and they say there was a lot of fluoride in the water at that point in time. I don't know if that's still a thing,
Okay.
but I also used additional fluoride, like every time I brushed, because it helps prevent cavities, and I got this bubblegum fluoride, and it was delicious. So every night I was like, where's my fluoride? And I probably like overdid it. So anyway, it just started creating these like little dark spots on my teeth and then chipping the bottom of them progressively.
Okay.
And then my mom was like, awesome, looking back as a mom, like to go and get that fixed for me, because it's not like a cheap thing.
Yeah.
But she got it fixed for me when I was young. I was probably in high school when I did them first, and then I redid them in college. So it's been like almost 14 years or something. And when I went in and I saw Cowden Cosmetic Dentistry, they said, the shelf life's like 10 to 15 years. So look at you and look at us, and so
That's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute that you were in college 14 years ago. That's adorable. That's really cute, Julie.
How long has it been for
So
you?
cute. I graduated from college in December of 1998.
Okay.
So we're coming up on 20.
Hey, girl,
years?
you look hot.
You're sweet.
You're looking good, and we're going to talk more about that in My Med Spa and how
Yes.
they're keeping us looking
Yes.
good.
All right. But first, what do we need to tell everybody about
Cowden Cosmetic Dentistry, yes. So that was all beside the point. The point of the show
We kind of got sidetracked.
we did.
Which is normal.
We
for
do
us.
that. The point was that Cowden Cosmetic Dentistry is ready for you. If you were like me, maybe you moved here a while ago, you tried a dentist, you tried another dentist, and you didn't really find a good fit, and you just haven't been going. Now is the time. Cowden Cosmetic Dentistry will take care of you as everything starts to open back up here in Texas. They are making sure to be very safe with everything that they're doing. You can also book an appointment now, and for a free limited time, new patients will receive a free Sonic toothbrush. I have yours today
cannot wait.
in the car, so you'll get to try it. Cowden Cosmetic Dentistry, 972-380-6223 is their phone number, or you can email them at info@cowdencosmeticdentistry.com. Can't recommend them enough. Same with My Med Spa, and can't wait to talk all about My Med Spa and all the fun there. But
Yeah, we're gonna go heavy on like the beauty
Wellness,
stuff. Wellness,
all the things.
That's good.
Yes.
Wellness, beauty. But first, we got to talk a little bit of sports.
we got to talk about sports, because
What?
the big news, I feel it,
Yeah.
it changes every day, but the big news this past week was that it sounds like the MLB has gotten their shit together finally,
Yeah.
and they're going to try a 60-game season. So, of course, my first thought is, Emily, okay, how is she handling all of this information? What do you think about all that?
Yeah, well, first of all, I think it's great that they have a plan. I think that the ugliness of the back and forth in the negotiations was just that. It was super ugly. I think it turned a lot of people off, especially considering these times that we're in. And I totally understand that. I think that it is great that we have a plan. I must admit, I am super worried about not just baseball, but all professional team sports.
Right.
All team sports, period.
Right.
You're talking about, I just don't see logistically. And when you look at where we are right now in Texas, numbers going up at a rapid rate.
Yep.
And then we're talking about not only, playing, but, we might be able to put fans in the stands. That doesn't make, it just doesn't. I like that you're trying to be proactive, and I love that you have a plan. I just don't know if it's going to be able to be executed, not even just in Major League Baseball, but in the NHL and in the NBA.
Right.
NBA and NHL, you're talking about one bubble, right?
Yep.
MLB, you're talking about 30 bubbles that, oh, by the way, are going to travel around.
And were there restrictions? Like, have they even said when you're in a certain city to play, like they're going to try and put restrictions on the players, what they can do, not leaving the hotel?
There definitely is. I have not seen them, but I know they're in
So
place.
they're going to try and make little mini bubbles
But
what
then
you're
those
saying.
little mini bubbles are going to travel around. And then the
Right.
bubbles are going to go, the pieces of the bubble are going to go home, and then they're going to come back to the bubble.
So they're not going to, because you can't say you can't see your family for an entire, even shortened baseball season.
And then now we just saw today that the Hall of Fame game, that the Steelers and
hitting the NFL, the invincible NFL.
So now it's starting that's
to
like the first
show some kinks in the armor.
The first domino that's fallen in the NFL. So it's just like, it's such a fluid situation, not even just on a local state health level, but in the sports landscape. You look at golf, we're 2 tournaments in, and we've got caddies turning up positive, and then they're golfers leaving the event, and when will they come back? And
when you hear Brooks Koepka's pulling out of a tournament, like that turns some heads, and it's like, geez.
Yeah.
So they're losing star power.
And we haven't even had report dates for these teams, haven't even all gathered together.
And that's when the problems arise, because that's when they have to start testing. You can't blame every one of these leagues for having a plan and for coming up with a plan, because that's their livelihood, right?
And you should. If you don't have a plan, it's irresponsible.
Exactly.
But when everyone was getting super excited about baseball coming back, I guess my enthusiasm was just really tempered.
Oh yeah, like Twitter's freaking out.
It's like welcome back baseball. Here we are, and saying, and I hope to goodness that is the case. But I was super this coronavirus.
Oh,
I think you're overreacting, Julie.
How about now? Oh my gosh,
remember
can you believe
when this first started? I was
yes,
like,
I remember. We had to make fun of you about it.
Just wait till I get back from spring training, Julie. We'll see. I think everything will be calmed down.
Yeah, you're making fun of me.
The fan, and and now I'm the one that's like, whoa, guys.
You're like, tap the brakes, everybody. There's not gonna be sports.
I'm not saying that at all, but I'm just saying if you just try to like rationalize things in your head, but then here's the other thing. The more you try to rationalize stuff right now, the less it works out for you. Because like shit just doesn't make sense.
Right.
It just doesn't make sense. And so I think the logical part of me, which is a very small part of me, is like, this. How on earth is this going to work? Not just in baseball, but in basketball, in football, in hockey, all of it. I just don't see how it's going to work logistically. And hope maybe they've got stuff in place that I don't know about, that they're way smarter than me and they've got this figured out. But to me, it just doesn't make sense. I'm like, what is happening?
We know there's going to be a lot of positive cases. Like, we're finding that with every. I was telling someone the other day, it seems like whenever there's a group, whether it's a team or whether it's people going to work, whatever the group is, there's a fraction that have the virus. And so it's a matter of it's not going to be something that goes away as we try and get sports going. It's going to be a matter of how do they handle it? Do those people just leave and we keep going on with our plan as long as we can until like, oh my gosh, all of a sudden there's not even enough people.
Right.
Or, it's hard to know what's going to break it, but it's also very difficult to feel confident that it's going to move forward.
But I think they do owe it to the fans. They owe it to try.
Yeah.
I mean, and I completely respect that. It just, to me, I'm like, this just doesn't make sense. I'll give you one small case study with kids.
Yeah.
So my kids went to day camp 3 weeks ago. A camp in the area.
We
rejoiced. Drop them off.
Yeah.
I rejoiced.
Yes.
It was huge. So they went to a camp. So it was day camp. And they had measures in place, but there wasn't social distancing. There was there wasn't a gathering of a huge group. They kept them in smaller groups. But you've also have people coming from all different, vacation spots or wherever they've been, and then they're all in this melting pot. Well, so far that camp's been going on now. We went the first week. This is the 4th week, I believe. They haven't had any positive tests. Now, with that being said, could some of those kids be carrying it and absolutely not know about it? But so they haven't gotten tested because they don't have any symptoms? Absolutely. But I know that at least thus far, like that's been with the little kids. My kids are 7 and 9.
Yeah.
There hasn't been any. We haven't heard anything about.
Same.
Anything like that.
Riders in a camp a couple of days a week, and I haven't heard anything. I mean, the teachers are all in their masks.
Right.
As much as anybody can say that kids need to wear masks or try and make kids wear masks, they're not gonna. Like, I'm hearing about schools going back and all the kids will be wearing masks. I'm like, really? Have you met kids?
Yeah, like have you met any kid?
Right. I can tell Ryder about like going to do the coolest thing in the world, and he gets all excited. I'm like, but you have to wear a mask. He's like, nope, not going. I'm like, so who knows what's gonna happen with schools? But that's good news, at least for the small groups of camps. And
right, that seems to be going well. I mean, knock on something, you know,
so
who knows?
far. But yeah, it's really hard to feel optimistic about sports resuming when you think about it, like
when you think about it logistically and logically.
Yes,
which I don't do very often, but I'm trying to step outside myself.
I know,
a little bit,
and then it creates so many more problems. Obviously, people's jobs, you know.
Yeah.
It's my husband's job.
Yeah.
All
my
kinds
job.
of your job.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I mean, fingers crossed. I don't know. Maybe if people really do start wearing the masks all the time, I don't know.
Maybe that will help.
I always try to think positively about things. So we'll see. We'll hold out hope. And maybe once they get in the bubble, everything's okay when it comes to NHL, NBA.
But the thing is, though, we're going to know soon. We're going to have some sort of resolution soon.
Yeah.
Because MLB reports July 1st.
Right.
NHL, where are they?
July 10th, they're supposed to start training camps.
Okay. And then NBA.
At their facility.
NBA, I feel like, is right in that window, too.
Uh-huh. I think they're supposed to start the end of July.
Within the next, right. So they'd have to be in training camp before. So within the next 2 weeks, you're going to have mass exodus, or what's the opposite of exodus? Mass incudus. Mass incudus of humans in one place.
Influx?
I think
that's the word.
Whatever. Yeah. I like incudus better.
Incidents. Sounds intense.
Yeah. They're all going to be coming together, and they're all going to have to get tested, and then we're going to figure it out, right? You're going to know definitively one way or the other because, you know, at that point, you'll see if it's a small baseline, then maybe you've got some hope.
And it's like, okay, well, you have it. I'm sorry. See you later. We're going to play sports.
Right.
Or
for 2 weeks. Yeah, you got to go quarantine for 2 weeks.
If it's
and then
those big stars, like what if, heaven forbid, Luka Doncic, you know, someone like that, it'd be like, oh, we can't play.
Speak that into the universe.
I would say I don't want the Mavs can't play without him, so let's just call it off.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So anyway, I don't know. We're just being real. So hopefully we get sports. We'll see. Hopefully you're back. Did you hear if it does happen what your role will be?
I will not be traveling. There will be no traveling for me for any broadcasters. From what I understand, I think there's something with radio where that there might be some wiggle room there.
Okay.
I haven't read the full how many ever page thing is. I'm just waiting for somebody to tell me when to show up and
so you'd be like in
what
studio,
to do. At the ballpark. My hope is we would be at the ballpark for home and away games. Broadcasting from there from the feed is the hope. But
gotcha.
Who knows? I'm not in control of that.
Who knows?
Sure. Way above my pay grade.
We'll just play it by ear.
Yeah. So we'll wait and see.
Yes. So I've been thinking your face looks really amazing.
Thank you.
This whole time. So we're here at my med spa today, and they were kind enough to let us try a couple of different treatments. Yes. So do you want to go first and talk about yours?
So like I said, we're going to talk a lot of wellness today.
Yes.
And this is where we start because I was raised by a dude. I was raised by my father. And so like it was like for me growing up, it was like clean and clear and some Noxzema. Like I never had like a skincare.
Me too.
And that was all the way through. I was like, 30. Like I was grown before I figured out, I might need to do something for this.
Right.
And so, you know, I've started paying more attention to that. I do the Botox.
Yeah.
Which I told you the story, I think, where it was like, I was at Sarah Melton's engagement party, a friend of ours, who used to be the longtime PR director for the Mavericks. And one of her friends was like, "Oh, you know, I can help you with that." And I was like, "Oh, with what?" And she was like, "Oh, like the wrinkles on your forehead." And I was like, "Whoa, tap the brakes! Like, at least like buy me dinner or something." I mean, for the love,
right? Let's ease into this relationship.
I know. I was like, "Well." So from then on, I had never noticed like these deep wrinkles in my forehead. And then I was like, well, shit, they're there and I need to do something about it. So I'm a big believer in the Botox. And then I've also gotten to where I'm more, you know, like a chemical. Remember we tried the at-home chemical peel in quarantine?
I feel like we've progressed.
What could go wrong with an at-home chemical peel? So to actually come to, a legit establishment who knows what they're doing was super cool today. So I got a hydrofacial with this jelly thing on top. So
they do them together?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the hydrofacial, it's like this suction-y thing. And one of them, I will warn you, one of them smells like rotten eggs that they put on there. But I'm like, if this is going to do good things for me, I'm totally in. So I had the hydrofacial, and what it does is it pulls everything out of your skin, and then it shows you what it is in this little tube, like bottle thing.
Like, look
so
what
I
you
thought
did.
my face was super clean, but it's not. It's gross. And so they did that, and then they put this jelly thing, which is like, I'm trying to think. So like it would feel like kind of almost like slime.
Yeah.
But then it hardens. So kind of like a.
Okay, does it harden like immediately?
It's like 10 minutes, but
10
then
minutes.
she rubs these cool ball things all over your face.
Oh, cool.
Like these metal, they felt like metal.
Uh-huh.
And it like cooled everything off, and then she just peeled it off like mask.
Do you get to keep the mask?
I didn't ask. Kind of weird.
I would totally want my mask.
Why?
I don't know.
I don't.
Scare my kids.
Good point.
Okay, sorry. Keep going.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like a when you get the thing made of your
Just
pregnant
reminds
belly.
me of like
it's
Jim Carrey on Mask.
Right.
You know, like a real good looking
Yeah,
face mask that
right.
really matches your face.
yeah,
rare.
it's not like a Halloween mask though. It's like it's kind of flimsy and
Right.
yeah. I don't.
So
see
you don't want it.
No, I didn't want
Okay.
it. I didn't want the mask, but I
Okay.
do love, and I do. I love the way my skin. I feel like I'm glowing. No, I'm
Yeah.
not pregnant. That's never happening again. But I do feel like. Isn't that what people say when you're pregnant? You're glowing.
Yeah, yeah. They
Or
say
you're really
that.
happy. I mean, it's just because of the hydrofacial.
None of
Let's
those
be
things.
real. It's,
You're not really happy.
like,
Do
I
we
mean,
need
I
to-
am, but like shit's a little crazy right now. I don't think I'm at happiness glow level. Like I'm happy, all good, but not glowing happy.
I want to like read the science on that. I don't think being happy makes you freaking glow. There's no way.
There's no way. There's no way.
But
Okay, what
the
did you
facial
get done?
does. So I
Oh,
have
you
a
have
few notes here
notes.
from our nurse because this was also new to me. And just to follow up on your hydrofacial, which I have also done here at my med spa, and I loved it. The technical description is vortex exfoliation, removing dead skin cells, and it
Okay.
cleans your pores.
Okay.
So now you know that. So I had done. I'll start from the beginning. Basically, I was like you. Like I didn't know about anything growing up besides like making sure I washed my face. I
Right.
mean, I probably used Dial soap half the time, like
Right.
just whatever.
Irish Spring.
And then like Neutrogena was big, you
huge.
know, you had to use your Neutrogena. And I just never really worried about it until like the past year or so. I just turned 35 and you start to find out, I feel like there's a point where you find out like everybody's doing it and you didn't know. You know, everyone's kind of like coy about it at first and then they say something and then someone else is like, oh, I did it. And then someone else is like, I did it. And then I found out like all of my friends, I mean, I'd say like 75% were like doing Botox and I'm like, well,
Why didn't you
shit, I'm
tell
missing
me?
out.
Yeah.
Like I want to do this. So, and I was, you know, I needed it a little bit. So, I did Dysport, which is a different type of Botox. Like honestly, I picked it because it was a little bit more affordable, but it worked great for me. I did that here 4 months ago here at my med spa. Met Nicole. She works a lot with the Dallas Stars and the Dallas Stars Ice Girls. They're the official sponsor of the Ice Girls. So we all had that in common, and then we started talking about the show, and here we are. So I did the Dysport once, and then today I got Dysport again.
Nice.
And which is, like I said, it's kind of the same type of idea as Botox. And then I did a laser facial. So it was called picogenesis. So first of all, this is a fun fact of the day on the Mom Game. Do you know what a picosecond is?
No, I could make some really bad joke about Pico de Gallo, but I'm going to refrain.
Okay, well, turns out here we go.
Yeah,
I was going to say, I don't
me
either.
either.
Picosecond delivers energy to the surface of the skin faster than a nanosecond. So it's faster than a nanosecond, a picosecond.
Okay.
And now I'm thinking about Pico de Gallo. But it converts to pressure instead of heat. So the pigment scatters once you do this. It's like a laser facial. So it comes in, and I had my eyes closed, so I didn't see it. I was wearing these little goggles. But it's like, feels like tiny, tiny, tiny little like zaps
Okay.
on your face. And it didn't hurt. It felt like just like weird, I guess. You know,
Right.
like you're a little bit uncomfortable, but she's talking you through it. My technician, Shani, I think her name was, she did a really great job with it all and talking me through it and helping me feel comfortable. But basically, it destroys the target pigment without damaging any of your healthy tissue. It allows for a rapid cleaning of abnormal pigmentation with minimal damage to surrounding tissue. So I think I'll keep doing it. I think every like 3 to 6 months you're supposed to do it. But basically, we're working on like all the spots. I have
Yeah.
a lot of sunspots from playing tennis and just being out at the pool, brown spots, red spots, just little things, nothing crazy. But it's going to help with all of that and just clear skin overall.
Yeah.
So I really liked it. And I can't say enough about everybody here and how kind they've been and just
Yeah,
kind of
they've been
letting us
awesome.
explore all of this.
Yeah.
there's so many like avenues that you can go when you're talking about a med spa and you're talking about all the different things that they offer. So for me, this is just kind of me like easing into it.
Yeah.
But, you know, they have all kinds of stuff here. If you go to their website, I think it's just mymedspa.com. You can see everything that we're talking about, all of the different procedures, the cool sculpting, I know. And Nicole, the owner, is working on a promotion with us and with the Mom Game, which we can post all about the details. But basically, if you come in here and you're like, I heard about my med spa on the Mom Game with Julie and Emily, then you'll get all kinds of awesome deals.
Sent you.
Yes.
Tell them we sent you.
Yes. So I don't know. You've been doing this kind of thing for how long?
I've been doing Botox.
But
I haven't really gotten into the
other stuff.
You know, like just, yes. And I'm excited about it. And I'm trying to do other things like drink more water.
Okay.
All that kind of stuff to like help, you know. Stuff helps.
That's all of it. It's
I mean, we got
finding the right
combination at this point. So it's like, well, what can I do to try to clean this puppy up?
You just did a juice cleanse for the second time. Like,
did a juice cleanse.
You're like aggressive right now. I like it.
I love the way. Well, it stops me from drinking for 72 hours.
Okay.
Which is a feat.
I had surgery and I did that.
There you go. Yeah. How's the
It's good. That's the only reason I could stop drinking for like a week.
How long did you go?
A week.
You went a week. Congratulations.
And now I'm like, you know what? Like that was kind of nice.
It was.
It was like, and so I'm just totally toning it back. I just got into this rut with like quarantine and not having anything to do and like being stressed and like having a happy hour to look forward to.
Yes. So I went first of quarantine. I dropped 5 pounds. Then I gained 10. And then I was like, holy F, what is happening?
Isn't it crazy how you can go from like 2 to 10 pounds?
So I was like, I need a reset. Like I need to clean up my act. I need to, you know, eat good, drink good.
Yeah.
I've got my...
Yes, let's talk about this.
I just got this.
This is making me laugh, Emily.
It's my first
Did you see this on Instagram or something?
A friend of mine has one. But so I want to drink a lot of water. And I feel like we go through so much bottled water at my house.
Yeah.
That it's obscene. Like, and it's borderline embarrassing. Like the amount of waste we're producing with bottled water in my house.
Do you not use Yetis? Where's mine?
I don't
have it with
I
me.
don't.
I have a Yeti
Yeti is not big enough for me, Julie.
Well, you just refill it.
I need to, but you never know. What if there's no faucet around or no clean water supply?
Okay, yeah. I don't know where you're hanging out, but I usually am somewhere near clean water.
I don't know. So I'm okay. You know, I'm super like list maker, check it off, all that kind of stuff. So this is the ultimate like check it off. Like, did I drink enough water?
Okay, yes, it's
how
visual.
Many bottles I have.
Yes. Okay.
Now
I'm sorry,
I know.
I'll quit making fun of it.
It says how many.
Can we talk about the
So
the inspirational words?
7 a.m. Good morning. 9 a.m. Hydrate yourself. 11 a.m. Remember your goal of 1 p.m. Keep chugging. 3 p.m. Feeling awesome. 5 p.m. Don't give up. 7 p.m. Almost finished. So it is now noon?
Yeah.
And I'm already
You're bragging.
At 5 p.m.
You're bragging. You couldn't wait to brag about today.
Feeling the water game.
I feel like I probably drink that much, just not in that giant bottle.
Well, I'm going to need evidence.
With inspirational words.
You're going to need to buy one, and we can have a drink.
Can we do one for wine?
We can have that would be dangerous.
Like slurring your words. Watch out for tomorrow.
Gluten-free pizza. That would be like
get your ass to bed. Don't open that phone. Like
stay off Twitter. We should make our own.
Let's do one. But then we're not.
Yeah, it could be smaller.
Well, yeah, we don't want to like suggest people.
Well, I mean, this
fill that with wine. But
no,
we could do a big wine glass with.
Yeah, get one of those big wine glasses. Wine glasses. I think it's a great idea.
Okay. Yeah, we could do that along with our spare mom recipes that we talked about last show.
Yeah. We got a lot
I'm serious. We need to like have our line of like
spare mom recipes.
Give up mom
Mine's
shit.
The quickest one. Brown some turkey, throw some barbecue sauce on it, wrap it up in a tortilla. You got barbecue turkey tacos.
I love it. I still need to do that.
Yeah.
And we can talk about the greatness of Lunchables.
Oh,
I know we've discussed that, I think, on Twitter before.
So much judgment with the Lunchables.
I'm Lunchable mom right now.
My kids feel like it's such a huge treat.
I know. Well, it is the only thing that my son will eat. Like,
I
think because he gets the dessert in there, he gets all excited.
It's all in one. And it's so easy.
It's so easy, but it's all just about convenience and surviving and all of that. So when it comes to your wellness routine, what do you do as far as like working out? What have you found works best when it comes to working out, eating well, just that whole balance and
So
the right
'cause
combo.
I'm so OCD.
You run.
I do. So I do 5 miles a day, either
Okay.
a combination of jogging
Every day?
every day. I mean, I'll get it in even if I'm walking. I mean,
Okay.
maybe an occasional, but it's always 5. I will say I got an Apple Watch during quarantine. This thing also for the OCD person. Oh, I got to close my ring. Got to get my ring closed.
Okay, yeah, I had that,
that's
and then I was just like,
crazy.
shut up, and I moved on. Like, I have power over
Right.
you.
And well, but the thing that got me when I first got it is when it would tell me to breathe. Like I would get fired up talking about something, and they would tell me to breathe. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, you don't tell me what to do. You're
not living my
you're
life.
a watch.
Right.
Stop.
Yes.
And so finally, I like got my 16-year-old niece to like, how do you turn? How do I tell it to? I don't want to breathe. Right? Maybe I don't want to breathe. It doesn't mean I have to breathe. Remember to breathe. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So finally, I got that turned off.
It can kind of be a jerk.
It's a total jerk. So
Yeah.
now I love it because I figured out how to turn that thing off.
Okay.
So I do 5 miles a day, and then I do intermittent eating. So there's
Okay.
intermittent fasting where you can't eat or drink, except for certain hours. For me, I just only eat like certain hours, but I'm not giving up the wine at night.
No.
So I do like to open my window, which sounds so ridiculous. And CJ,
This is what I want to hear.
so
Yeah.
CJ Nitkowski,
Yeah.
who is my broadcast partner with the Rangers.
Yes.
He started this. He did this not last season, but season before last. He was so annoying. I was like, if you don't shut up about your effing window, like, I'm going to kill
Your
you.
eating window.
Your eating window. And then he would go and shove like everything he could see in his mouth. I'm like, how is this exactly working out?
Right.
So anyway, but then I started doing some more like reading into it. And I don't.
And now you're doing
I'm not
it
a big
too.
breakfast eater. Right. I am doing it. So I'll open my window, which sounds so ridiculous, at like 12 or 12:30.
This
And
is
then
awesome.
we
Okay.
eat like geriatrics. Is that
Uh-huh.
offensive? Is geriatrics offensive? That's a
We're fine.
That's a term.
We're good here. They say no. Our crowd, our
right.
fans
Okay.
say no.
I don't want to say old people, but like older people eat
They have
later.
we have to call them something. Like,
Right. Whatever.
Okay.
But I'm putting myself with that
Okay.
group. We eat really early. We have kids and we eat early, like 5:30 or early.
Okay.
Which is crazy. I know.
Yeah,
But
we
so it's
shoot
easy
for
to
6.
Close
Yeah.
my window at 6. So it's like
So-
at a 6-hour window where I'm eating. That's it.
All day.
All day.
Okay, so it starts at what time?
Noon, 12:30.
You don't eat until then?
Nope. So I haven't eaten today.
Are you freaking starving?
Not yet. But I kind of like this. I'm weird. I kind of like the feeling like, okay, I'm hungry.
And you don't drink coffee.
I don't drink coffee.
So do you put anything like in your body besides
So
all of that?
Just all that. No, I drink this thing. It's called a ketogen 4
Okay.
drink. It's also, I sell it also. Imagine that, me selling something. So I sell that along with the gel that I do,
Right,
the Somaderm gel.
Uh-huh.
And then I do the keto drink. And then I eat from 12 to 6. And then I'll have a glass or 2 or 3 of wine
Okay.
at night.
So 12 to 6. And you found like
12
that
to 6.
works.
Right. But also too, if I'm going out to dinner or something with girlfriends,
Yeah.
it's not like I'm going to wait till 2 to open my window to go to eat at 7. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not that into it. But
Right.
like just as a pretty regular thing, I just eat from.
What if
12 to
okay, so
6.
like say someone brings you the most delicious plate of food you've ever seen. All of your favorite things like on a silver platter to
Right.
your house and it's like 11:30.
Oh,
what do you
I'm
do
in.
about your window?
Oh yeah, I'm in.
Okay.
I'm in.
Oh,
I
what if
might-
it's like
I might-
8?
8 a.m.
Okay, 9.
9 a.m.
Yeah, like the most delicious breakfast you've ever seen. Are you like my window? Like how do you handle
Yeah, I think I'm in. I mean,
Okay.
it's meant. It's not like hard and fast. It's just kind of.
Okay.
just what
I just can't believe I just am loving the fact that you're calling it your window.
I know it's so ridiculous.
Opening your window.
Yeah, it's super ridiculous. But
All
it's
right.
what I do. And
Okay.
then, like I said, I've tried to do the older you get, that your shit starts to move around and things aren't where they used to be.
I know.
And things
know.
aren't.
We're fighting it.
Yeah. So I did say, another sponsor of our new come aboard to our show is Cutting Edge Cryo. So they've done some work on my sides
Yeah.
here, which I mean, I didn't even know this stuff existed. I'm like, yeah, you want to kill some fat cells?
Right.
Get after it.
Why not?
Yeah, so I've been doing
Fire
that
away.
I've had 2 treatments of that that I feel like has made me feel better around like the love handly area.
Yeah, that's my
Feels so weird
problem
to talk
area.
about.
No.
Anyway, but yeah.
I
so
just wear
they're-
giant dresses that look like a trash bag.
Stop it. Yeah, but you're
Um,
going to go in and see them
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah, I'm going to go see them. I was also going to see where you stand on like mom bathing suits because
Oh, I'm out.
I realized yesterday
Are you in it?
I'm like full on tankini mom.
You are? I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
I refuse.
You're not?
Nope. Nope. And I don't even know. I mean, I've got like a a hysterectomy
I said
scar
I was gonna.
that looks like a gunshot
I
wound.
said I wasn't
I
gonna
don't care.
be that, but I am that. I went to Target and got like the most
did.
coverage bottoms because I don't want anything hanging out when I'm like hanging out with my kid. I don't want anything hanging out when I'm hanging out with my
Right.
kids. So I got like the shorts, and then like I did it separately, so I wasn't fully committing
you
to like
if you get a bathing suit that fits, stuff's not going to hang out. Like, what are you worried about hanging out?
my ass.
Oh well, okay. I mean, if you get
That's
one
not
that fits,
comfortable, and I don't want my kids to see that, let alone other kids.
yeah.
So I went and I got like shorts right on my own. I was like, well, I'll wear this with like a cute halter or something, so I'm still like cute. And then I went and I got like I snuck it in. Like I wasn't planning on it, but I'm at Target and I'm like, I'm just gonna go grab one of these like full on like blouses that you can
Stop
swim in. And it's like a halter ties around your neck. And I was like, well, and then so I'm starting to get ready for actually yesterday taking my son for his 5th birthday. We just went to Hilton Anatole Pool, and it felt good. There weren't many people there.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't that worried about it. Water kills the virus, all that stuff. We were
Sure.
It does. Chlorine. It does.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
It
I
does.
didn't know.
I promise. I've had this pool guy.
Oh.
This is a weird. I've had this pool guy like emailing me about it for a week now. Weird things happen when you're on the ticket and you make weird friends.
Okay.
But he's a pool guy, and he's been telling all of us that chlorine does kill the virus.
So we're
I don't
citing the pool guy as the source.
I have trusted him for like a year with a lot of things.
A year, everyone. The pool guy that she's
he's
trusted
always
for a year.
creeping into my
The
email.
virus
He's
is
very
dead in chlorine.
It doesn't travel. I'm not saying if you have it and you go jump
Right.
in the pool,
Okay.
you'll be like cleared of it, but it doesn't travel in chlorinated water.
Okay. Well, quick side note. You know what chlorine
okay.
doesn't kill?
We'll go back to my tanking in a
yes,
while.
please.
Yeah.
You know what?
What?
Because you know why I'm so mad? Because you know whose daughter got effing lice during quarantine? This girl's.
Yeah.
How does my daughter get lice?
During quarantine.
Yes, so apparently chlorine doesn't kill lice because she's been living in a swimming pool.
Oh yeah. Those bugs can like swim through anything, I guess.
Well, it's the most indestructible thing I've ever come across.
Are you
Have
rid
you
of
done
it?
the lice? Have you had the lice?
No.
It's
It just sounds terrible.
you have to. I mean, I almost
Wait,
started
had she
crying.
had it before? Or?
Yes.
Okay,
we
because
went
I'm like,
through
this
this
sounds
in school.
familiar. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So is it gone?
Yeah. It's. I mean, according to my pool guy, who I really trust, it's gone.
You're gonna use that against me forever, aren't you?
No, I paid $70.
Oh, you're not making a joke about my pool guy, my email pool guy. Okay.
I paid $70 for a bottle of shampoo.
What?
$70 for a bottle of shampoo to get rid of this.
But is that all it took?
I
Okay, we think so. We
according
think
to the
so.
pool guy, yeah, we're in. We're
And,
done.
and bed bugs are a whole other thing I keep hearing about
Okay.
too.
Let's go back to your tankini story. Sorry, it reminded me that my daughter came down with lice and that chlorine didn't kill it, and I would love to talk to your pool guy.
Okay,
about-
I'll hook you up
Yeah.
with him, and he'll email the shit out of you like every day for the next year.
Okay.
So yeah, so I got the shorts at Target, and then all of a sudden I get like the baggy shirt, and I'm like, it's okay, I'll wear them separately, right? Like if you combine them, so we get all ready to go to this water park, and I'm like kind of stressed, like trying to get everything ready. Kelly's already in the car because he does that to me all the time. He's like, I'm in the car, and I'm
yeah.
like, who
And the
told you
honk?
to get in the car? Like I'm
Honk?
not ready.
Do they
I'm
honk?
packing up all the shit for everybody.
Yeah, and do they honk? Because nothing unnerves me more
Oh,
than
no.
when I'm trying to get everything together and then beep, and
It's
I'm
like, just because you
no, no, no.
decide you want to get in the car,
No.
it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean I'm ready. It doesn't mean the kids are ready.
Don't
Doesn't mean
honk
we
the
have all the
horn at
snacks.
me.
Anyway, so what do? I throw on the shorts and the tank top, which I said I would never do.
Okay.
But when it came down to it, that's what I wanted to wear. And then all day long, I'm looking around at like assessing all the mom suits, and mine was the worst. Mine was terrible. Kelly at one point was like, he was like trying to be nice about it because he hadn't seen either of them, I think, separately or together. So it's like the end of the afternoon. He's like, Joel, like, is that a bathing suit? No,
Or is
I'm
it,
just
like,
wondering. Like, I'm just
athletic
wondering.
gear?
Yeah.
Of
Like,
some
what are
sort.
you wearing? And then there's like the mom with her kids just in the hot ass bikini. Is that you?
That's not. I wear bikinis.
I was super jealous. I don't know.
I feel like it's harder to pull off a one piece than it is a bikini, and that maybe that's
Really?
just-
Why?
I don't know.
I guess if it's this thing.
I have never put on a one piece swimsuit that I've felt good in. Like
Yeah.
I always feel like they're squeezing my butt.
That's why I
and
went to
they're-
shorts.
Like maybe I don't know if I have a long torso, but like
Okay,
it's
so
like stuff's being stretched
put
places,
it on our
and
list. Put it on our list. The mom game perfect bathing suit.
there isn't one.
There's none unless
It's
you're like a
stuff that fits
supermodel.
so like my deal is trying to find bathing suits that don't have like wicked tight elastic.
Yeah.
Because then they're pushing stuff out. Like, I don't need you to push anything.
No.
Like,
Just like subtle,
Yeah,
gentle, just be nice.
yeah, just like
So many things we deal with.
so many things.
It's hard.
It is.
All right.
Okay.
I don't know. What are you going to try anything next?
I think I want to try the thing that you had.
You want to try the picogenesis, the
I mean, just
laser
'cause it
treatment?
says Pico.
Well, now you know what that means.
Yeah.
Okay, well, maybe we can do a
Because
slip
I feel like
swap.
I have some sunspots too.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's good, and it's subtle. It's subtle. It gradually gets rid of everything.
Yeah. Well, we would need to let people watching,
Listening, both.
whatever.
I heard
doing both.
30% of people watch us.
30%?
My pool guy emailed me that. I'm just kidding.
That's amazing.
Mark, who we work with at Vocal, he told me that, so that's
That
real.
30% are watching.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. They got to see my big ass water jug.
They got to see your big ass water jug.
That's exciting. You can get it on Amazon. I don't have a store or anything. I'm not selling them. You can buy them.
I don't
on your
think
own
I want one.
independently.
But thank you.
Yeah. So, but if you have ideas for us, wellness tips, if you want to tell me how crazy I am for.
If you have.
Yeah, we didn't ever talk about what are you doing? What are you?
Nothing. I don't know. I'm just like throwing shit against the wall, seeing what sticks.
Yeah.
I did work with Soda Weight Loss a while back with the ticket, and they were awesome. So they just helped me like change the way I looked at food, because really so much of it is nutrition.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm one that like if I see something that looks good, I'll just kind of grab it, and then you don't think about how much you're putting into your body throughout the day.
Yeah.
So that was really good for me. That paired with the celiac disease that I unfortunately got
Gluten-free pizza.
diagnosed with. Yes, everything's gluten-free now, including my pizza. Basically, I've turned into like try to do all carbs and veggies.
Yeah.
Or sorry, not all carbs.
I was like, wow, that's
an
cool.
interesting approach. Protein and veggies. So that's like what our dinner is every night. And I've gotten to a point where I don't like care. I don't crave the carbs anymore like I used to. So that's kind of just trying to eat healthy. And then I love the Peloton. I love tennis.
Yeah.
I'm struggling because right now I can't do either of those. I have like 1 or 2 more weeks until I can start exercising again.
Yeah.
So anyway, seems to be what's working for me. It's just like reeling in the Mexican food. That's my main problem.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Chips and queso.
Put chips in front of me. I literally won't stop until those things are pulled out of my, I will eat like until
the whole thing.
It's just terrible.
Well, and I think too, it's
so
different
good.
for everyone. Like what works for me might not work for you, and
Exactly.
vice versa. So if
I know.
you have any, as we always end every show, our little community. When we hear from people on Twitter, which is so fun, we now have Instagram and Facebook, thanks to you.
We do.
Jules.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
So reach out to us. Let us know. Do you have any ideas? Do you think I'm batshit crazy for all the
What do you
weird
think of
things I
Emily's
do?
window?
What do you think about my window opening here pretty soon?
What are you going to do?
I don't know. I mean, I'm coming in hot off a 3-day juice cleanse.
Oh
and I
my
haven't
God.
eaten
You
since
could get
Sunday
yourself a
at like
burger
6
and
p.m.
freaking fries.
Yeah, but they say you got to ease back in, which is not my
You're
style.
exhausting.
It's not my style.
Okay.
That's an easing back in is not my style. Okay, so once again, thank you to my med spa for having us here today. Our very first remote.
I know. We're hopeful we can come back and work with them more, try some mood
if you want us to come
treatments.
to your business and you can pamper us with all kinds of cool stuff, let us know. We are in for that. So reach out to us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, at the Mom Game 1 on Twitter.
Yes. Oh, next week, special guest Tyler Sagan,
that's right. I'm
joining
so
our
stoked for
show.
this.
Yeah, Tyler's one of my favorite athletes I've ever covered. One of my favorite people.
Yeah.
Have you ever talked to him?
I have. He threw out a first pitch at a Ranger game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's great.
Yeah.
He's
Tyler
fun.
Sagan
Just
will
like a normal ass dude. He's going to have fun with
cool.
us.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So we have that coming up next week on the show.
Yeah.
And thanks again to My Med Spa. Hopefully we'll be back at My Med Spa sometime in the near future. And I think that's it for this week. So fingers crossed, no more, I don't know, fingers crossed we can somehow get closer to sports and
hope so.
somehow coronavirus gets tempered a bit in the next week maybe. Or maybe
Let's
it'll be
go
worse.
normal. Let's go normal.
I don't want the new normal. I want the old
I
normal.
just want some normal. Any kind of normal.
Yes.
All right. Thank you guys so much for being with us. As always, we appreciate you sticking with us this long for episode 17.
Yep.
Mom Game out.
Catch you later.